Hey guys, Buckskin Dave here. Well, we're going to be busy for a little while getting this stuff ground up. Sarah, we've already made some brats, and now I like about 10% pork fat in my ground meat, so we're making up some ground meat here. But anyway, stick with us. We're going to make this and then probably do some shooting. So stay with us. Okay, this is the first batch ground up. That's actually got that off of about 8 or 9 inches of neck, and put some pork in there and all the seasons. This is going to be a bratwurst deal, and we make bratwurst and we make Italian sausage. So we're going to get this through the grinder. It's been seasoned. We tested it with a frying pan, and it's ready to go into casing. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the sausage making. I just recently heard that Buckskin Powder Company is closing down their Goex plant. Of course, Goex is the black powder that we've been using for lots of years now. That's disheartening, and I don't know what their reasoning is or any of the information on it, just the fact that they are shutting those plants down. So, in honor of that decision of theirs, I'm going to start working on some varget loads. I've got a pretty good duplex load for this 515 grain bullet, but what I'd like to do is develop a pretty good varget load. And we used varget with the other bullets that I started making, the 447s, whatever they came out to be. So I've been wanting to try some smokeless with this 515 grain. And the first thing I got to do is, because I only have the brass that I have and it's all loaded, I have to shoot some out so that we can reload. So I'm going to shoot some of these 530 grainers out that I loaded a while back. And that'll give me some brass, and then we're going to try some of, go back to our book. Always keep notes of everything you do. And I have some loads that we use for varget that seem to have very little, not overly pressure for that 447 grain. So we're going to try it with this 500. We'll start with one of them loads with the 515 grain and see what the velocity is, and then we'll work up. You all know that 1325 is the primo velocity for this sharp rifle. So that's what we're going to try to find. So stick with me, grab a cup of coffee, and let's play. I'm going to pick on some of these close range targets and practice a little bit of offhand shooting again. I don't believe I could ever get enough practice with the offhand. So we're just making brass right now. What you doing, Spoon? Come here, here, go over there. Come here, get out of there. Come on. You ain't got earplugs on. Get over here. I know you like it. Come on. Come on. Good. How can they stop making black powder? I just don't have any idea why they do that. Anyway, I don't know how well you can see what I'm shooting at. But now I have 5 pieces of brass, so we can start the process. So let's go back in the shop. It seems like the weather's starting to change. We're going to have, well, they're telling us we're going to have a snowstorm Monday, which is about 4 days. So, I mean, I'm ready for it. It's welcome. I could get some more firewood, but the first storm comes and goes, and it's usually not a very big event. So, I still got some time. Anyway, let's go in and start fiddling with this stuff. Okay. So I ran a patch through the barrel to knock out all that black powder fouling, and I loaded one up with some Varget, and I want to just see what kind of velocity I'm going to get and see if I can hit the 25-yard gong. Hey, come here. Come on. I'm not advocating shooting smokeless in these loads, okay? But I'd like to have a good smokeless load should this black powder thing cause some shortages. So let's see if we can do this. Wow. My first load come out with 1312, and it's got some boot to it. The primer's not flattened, doesn't show any sign of any pressure, so don't smell as good. Anyway, so we got something going. So let's go back in the shop and we'll check this brass out real good, but I don't see any signs of pressure. All right. First thing, write down a result. Don't forget. Let's see, today is $13.12 is exactly, well, it's not exactly the speed I want, but it's a pretty dang close. See, and that primer's not even like flattened out, it's got rounded edges still. So the Varget's a good powder to experiment with. Problem is there's not a lot of loading data on it yet. There is some. You have to check it out on the internet and get something to make sure it's safe, and then work out from there. This worked out pretty good for me this time. And I don't know, that splatter on the metal was right where I aimed. And so I would say that the bullet base didn't get damaged too much. I like to put a cardboard wad and then a cork wad in, but you don't have to either, so obviously, because it shoots pretty good. It just keeps the pressures of the smokeless powder from wrecking the base of the bullet. And on the black powder loads, I use it to take up space so I can get the compression that I'm looking for. Anyway, I'm going to load up some more of these and maybe shoot a couple more. Okay, I'm going to try another one on that yellow target down there. Well, hit right where I aimed. 1325 that time. And primer still has rounded edges. Well, we're right on our way to putting together a good smokeless load using Varget. And well, that hit right where I aimed, 25 yards. That one was 1325. I got no pressure signs. The edges of the primer are still rounded. Looks like we're well on our way to having a good smokeless load using Varget. Stick with the channel. Next time we'll give it a try at 100 yards, and I'll load some of these up in the meantime, and we'll see how it goes. That's all I got this time. I'm Buckskin Dave. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day and be safe out there. Bye-bye.